The days of guys claiming that the physique doesn't matter. It's all about what's inside. It's all about your confidence, blah, 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 and just completely neglecting the physique. Those days are over. The days of guys trying to say that it's only on the inside and, oh, it's just the confidence on the inside that matters. Everything else is stupid. It's superficial. Those days are going to be put to rest because, yes, confidence is key. Confidence is extremely, extremely important. But for you to leave out the physical appearance, it's like a puzzle. You can't finish a puzzle without all of the pieces. What is that called? It's called being incomplete, right? What if you had a yin without a yang? You just have a yin, or you just have a yang. You don't have both of them combined. And those two, you can't have one without the others. So having a dad bod is basically the physical representation of how your life is. I don't care what you try to say. I don't care how you try to frame it. I'm not trying to hear any kind of excuses. Well, there's millionaires with dad bods. There's millionaires that are fat. Yep. And those millionaires, what they won't tell you is that they're struggling in a lot of aspects of their lives, including, but not limited to, their romantic options. They are struggling with their romantic options. It is what it is. You guys can get mad and say, oh, you just need money. Go ahead and get $1 million and go out there with a dad bod and see how things go, because the way your body is shaped, the way it looks, is a direct representation of what's going on the inside. It's a direct representation of your daily habits. So why in the world would you not think that your physique is important? When a chick sees a dad bod, the first thing she's gonna think of is easily controllable. That's the first thing she's gonna think of. She's gonna be like, this dude is easily controllable. He's softer, he's more on a softer side. He doesn't look sharp, because when you develop your physique, when you start gaining that facial structure, for my guys out there that talk about face this and face that, when you start working out, your face starts to get more chiseled. It starts to get more narrower. It starts to have that German Shepherd look. Okay, if I'm gonna use dogs as an example here, you take a look at a pug and you take a look at a German Shepherd. Which one looks more intimidating? Hands down, a German Shepherd, or what's that other one? A Doberman, right? It's got that sharp snout, that real sharp, narrow, chiseled snout, chiseled face. It looks sharp. It's more of an athletic build. You look at a pug, you think, oh, it's so cute. Let me go pet it. Let me go toss it around real quick. I'm just playing. I don't mean toss it around for my animal lovers. Don't call freaking the SPCA on me. Okay, but you know what I mean. Pugs look soft. They look friendly. And you don't want to look like that, even if you are a cool dude, even if you are a gentle guy, a kind dude. I'm not aggressive, right? I'm a kind, unless absolutely need be. Okay, absolutely need be. And those instances rarely ever happen to me, because I try to avoid it, right? But even if you are more kind, more on a gentle, you're just a cool, laid back guy, you still want to have that sharper look. You want to have that sharp look to let people know that, hey, look, if need be, I will, if absolutely necessary need be. Now, if you have a dad bod, sure, I know what someone is thinking. All you got to do is pull out a pistol and do your thing with it. I get it. Anyone from 500 pounds to 120 pounds can do that. I get it. Okay. But with that being said, when we're talking about women, they, giving them that look that you don't play, that sharper look, is going to make them respect you. A lot of chicks are going to say that they like guys for their confidence, and they don't care if they're pudgy. They don't care if they're chubby. What those chicks aren't going to tell you is behind those words is it's an incomplete sentence. They're going to say, we like those type of guys because we can step all over them, because we know that, they're not going to have any options, because we know that they're going to take our BS. We know this. Those type of guys look comfortable. They look like teddy bears. There's nothing The woman has nothing to be sort of cautious about. And when I say cautious, I don't mean she's constantly in a state of being nervous. Okay, I don't mean that. I just mean like, hey, look, this is somebody that is to be respected. He's a man that has some kind of boundaries, some kind of something to stand on. Okay, he has discipline. A dude with a dad bod, more than likely 10 times out of 10 is doing what? Is doing undisciplined shit. Is eating nachos drizzled with tons of cheese, then washing it down with a beer, sitting down watching 2 hours of football, watching a bunch of guys throw balls around. And I'm just being for real, man. I'm just being for real. I've said this many a times. I love sports, but it is crazy. It is ridiculous that most guys that are diehard sports fans have out of shape dad bods, okay? And your chick sees this. She sees you scarfing down glizzy after glizzy, right? She sees you scarfing down shaboing boings with chili cheese on them, chili cheese shaboing doings, right? Chili cheese glizzies, and washing it down with tequila, washing it down with Budweiser, and then afterwards you're eating a cupcake. Afterwards you gotta wash it down with some cake. You gotta wash it down with a Hostess, with a Little Debbie, with a cookie, with some cookies, with some Oreos, like a 5-year-old, you know, gotta have the Oreos dipped in milk and all that. So she's seeing all of this stuff. She's seeing all of this subconsciously in her head. She, you know, things just kind of have a domino effect. Everything follows the other. It's just a natural sequence. Now she's going to be looking like, dang, this guy isn't disciplined in what he eats. He eats Oreos and he eats snacky snacks. You know, he's eating snacky snacks. He's eating my 5-year-old snacky snack. Me and, you know, you and your 5-year-old are sharing snackies. Okay? Y'all are sharing snacky snacks. Y'all are fighting over the last Little Debbie cupcake. And I'm being so for real, man. I'm not even trying to be funny, guys. You guys don't know how drastically your life can improve and how much respect you're gonna get when you start changing up your daily habits, right? So she sees this and she's like, he's easily controlled. He's not going anywhere. He just sits around. He just goes to bars, eats hot wings. And I'm not worried about him if he hollers at other chicks, because guess what? It's 9 times out of 10, that chick is not gonna want to fuck because he's ugly as hell, you know? I'm just being for real. So yeah, he could go out there and holler at girls. I'm not worried about it. As opposed to when you have discipline, when you are chiseled, when you have a good physique about you, when you're solid, your chick is always gonna have a thought in the back of her head like, man, you know, my man, he looks good. He looks good. And if I think he looks good, I know damn well other women are going to be looking at him. When he goes to the store, when he goes to this, when he goes to that, I know he's getting looks. And your girl needs to have a little bit of that, a healthy amount. Okay? There's healthy amounts. There's healthy amounts of her knowing that you can have other options, or knowing that you have self-respect. And just because I'm saying this, fellas, I'm not telling you guys to be a degenerate and cheat on your girl. I'm not that type of channel. If you think I am, go watch another fucking channel. I'm not that type of guy. But still, she needs to know that, hey, you're disciplined. When you're out of shape, she don't give a damn. As a matter of fact, if you do cheat, first of all, she's going to know that you had to pay for it, first of all. Second of all, she's going to be like, well, he gave me an excuse. Now I'm going to go and get 3 different glicks in me, just to get back at him, because I really don't like looking at his ass anyway. You know, they're going to think you're easily controllable. You're going to think you have no options. Like I said, you have no options. She's going to know, like, when she's walking with you, when she sees your Instagram, you posting stuff, she doesn't see any fucking comments. She doesn't see any likes. And I'm not a big social media person. I think it's kind of corny, to be honest with you. But she knows you're not going to get any likes. When you're out and about, she's not going to see any woman looking at you. She's not going to be like holding you, grabbing you closer, because she's mate guarding. And the thing about mate guarding is that is a feminine thing. That's why when men do it, it's feminine. When a dude starts mate guarding and holding his girl tighter and shit, like he's scared. Oh, stop looking at my girl. Like, those type of dudes are the worst. super feminine shit. But the reason why that's annoying is because annoying when a man does it is because that's what a woman does. If you've been in shape, if you are a guy that was in relationships and you've been in shape, you know when you look good, when you stepping out there with a nice physique, you look sharp. You look like you out there looking like a damn Doberman, like a German Shepherd, focused, sharp. You know your chick is gonna start holding you close when a chick comes closer. You know, when a chick is looking at you right in front of your girl, of your wife, your girl's gonna hold you a little tighter because she's like, okay, yeah, my man, he's a prize. He's something to be respected, you know. So she's gonna know that, hey, my man is loyal, hopefully. But if I fuck up, I know he's gonna bounce back at some point because he's disciplined in everything else. He's disciplined in his diet. He's disciplined in his workout. He's disciplined at work. So what makes me think, you know, the chick is gonna ask herself, what makes me think that he's not focused enough, that he ain't driven enough, that he doesn't grind to, or he's not attractive enough and he's not disciplined enough to get somebody else if I happen to mess up. That's the way she's gonna be thinking. She'll be like, dang, this dude is he's militant. I'm happy to be with him, so I'm pretty damn sure another chick is gonna be happy. Now, if you're out of shape, your chick is gonna be like, man, he doesn't get any options, so I could treat him any kind of which way. I could treat him any kind of which way, and I know he's not gonna stand a chance. He's not gonna stand a fighting fucking chance. You know, like when a lot of these broads be cheating, man, a lot of times when they cheat, yeah, they cheat on good men. Unfortunately, one of the reasons why, and I'm not saying this is always the case, because attractive men get cheated on too, muscular men, whatever you want to call it, right? But a lot of the times it's because she knows that the guy isn't going to do crap and he doesn't have any options. So anyway, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.